Did you happen to read Matthew Berry's piece about the Combine?
I did.
All right.
I retweeted it.
You did?
Yeah. No comment, just retweeted. I didn't. Oh, this is interesting. Whatever. I retweeted it.
One Bills paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
His Bills source. I feel like that's going to be somebody pretty high up. How many people would Matthew Berry cite as a Bills source? I doubt it would be an assistant coach, unless it's maybe a coordinator, but probably not below the level of assistant coach. Head coach could be. I don't know if he'd be acquainted with McDermott.
Could be Bean.
Bean would be my guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know. How many other people in the organization would qualify, like somebody that you, the kind of relatively big name reporter, like he's not Schefter, he's more in the fantasy space, but still, would be somebody that would matter enough to you to know.
I love thinking about stuff like this. I don't know how interesting it is to our audience, but I think someone, I'm not super familiar. You've probably read Matthew Berry's writing for years because of his fantasy prominence.
Not really.
I've not read a lot of his writing, but I feel like anybody reporting, like, this is, he's like saying this isn't like, what's the disclaimer on the piece? It's all just scuttlebutt. It's rumors I heard while in Indianapolis. This isn't reporting. This is gonna anyway.
Man, he said that like 5 times too.
So, but with that,
got it
right. With that said, I think if it's anyone below the level you're talking about, like below coordinator, prominent assistant coach, it's just a source. I think Bill's source means it's. My immediate thought when I saw Bill's source was, that's Bean.
Yeah, I mean, it could be.
I don't have to be right about that, but that's just how I would do it.
It could be what you said, or it could be just like, again, like gossip around the Bills. You don't even have to. You don't need a source if you're writing like that.
Right.
So you would not even be that specific. Another reason, I think, to think the same way you do, which is maybe the GM is telling him this. I guess we could find out if Cooper. The prediction was Matthew Berry through a Bill source. Kincaid bounces back, and Cooper just bounces.
Right.
Kincaid bounces back. He was more hurt than you know, and they think that this Bill source supposedly gave Berry the impression that maybe Cooper is washed.
Yeah, might be done, I think is the phrasing used in the piece. And Kincaid is like a, You can probably get him as a bargain in fantasy drafts. You should consider it because he'll be back, is the way I took what he was writing there.
I'm not sure I'm going to want to buy that.
Mm-hmm.
I can believe that he was hurt. We even saw it.
Mm-hmm.
He missed time. Like that was not really a secret. With Davis, it was more of a secret. Not. I don't mean that like in a certain way, but he was hurt early in the season. He played the rest of the year, and we didn't spend a lot of time talking about whether he was kind of disabled on the field, Davis.
Right. Kincaid, you could see, Kincaid had a huge brace on. I don't remember Davis having any accessories whatsoever. Different injury. I think Davis was a foot or an ankle, and Kincaid was a knee. So he had the bulky brace for a little while. Like you could see evidence of it more readily than I think you could see it with Davis.
Speaking of evidence, we just don't have much evidence that Kincaid is the player they said he would be. They haven't used him when it started anyway. They weren't using him as such. And then the second year, there just were very few big plays. The idea was, or else it's not a first-round pick. The idea was that he would be a difference maker in their offense, and really he hasn't been. He hasn't been terrible, but for me, he hasn't been that. And so that's kind of where I land when it comes to him right now, is I don't know if their scheme is – they've got a tight end already. Shakir is locked up for a big contract extension. He's their number one receiver. Where is Kincaid? I sort of have the same doubts as a year ago. Last year, I talked myself more into him because, young tight end, and there was really no one else that I wanted to bet on.
And he caught 73 passes as a rookie, which is a really good – I mean, it's not Sam Laporta or the guy from this year whose name has escaped me for some reason, Bowers, but still, it was really good.
It was fine. It wasn't special. Agree?
By the standard in the league now, no, it wasn't.
It wasn't special. So there might be a PR campaign, coming our way that Kincaid really just was not physically there.
You're going to want one or the other. Well, I should say what the two things are, right? Big plays. Yeah, great. Stretching the seam. He's an athlete. He knows how to work coverages and find the soft spot, and that'll work. And it's weird that Allen missed him so much. Like the miss percentage was egregiously high on him, way more so than any other guy on the team. So that was weird. So, okay, if I don't get the big plays, because touchdowns are big plays too, even if they're from 3 yards away or 10 yards away, like red zone, think about, I know, the gold standard, Kelsey, right? Like you're 3rd and goal at the 8. Like Kelsey all day long. Like that's it. And that's not happening either. So something's going to have to get going there. Ideally both. It'd be great if he made big plays and had the odd 30 or 40-yard play mixed in to the. I don't need one every week or anything. That'd be insane. But just a few would be great. And then I don't know, a half a dozen touchdowns, 8 touchdowns. Come on.
34 games, 5 touchdowns in 2 years. But yes, by saying all this, I don't either think that, in reaction to the fans, or I guess us and the media, that there's going to be that much criticism of him. I don't think it's going to be something that needs a reaction to. It's 2 years. They've won a lot.
The injury is extremely believable. It sounds like an excuse. This really what it is this year he's got to break through. Then, to me, I'm not overly worried about him. I would have liked more, either year. Everything I just said. If I don't get, something close to his rookie production with some more touchdowns this year, then you made a bad pick. This year is going to really matter. It's year 3, and guess what? Year 3 afterwards is when you can start talking about these contracts, even with first-round picks or the 5th-year option, and. I don't know. He's going to have to do something this year to make me want to even talk about that.
That'd be good. Mike Schopp and the Bulldog here at 803-0550. Sabre